Have you ever poured your heart out to somebody, explaining some sort of situation in your life that just really hurt? And when you finished saying it, and maybe even before you finished, they interrupted you and said, well, listen, in my experience, this is why that happened, or this is what you can expect next. How frustrating is that? You've journeyed into the book of Job, and in Job chapter 4, we find one of the three friends that has showed up for Job do this very thing to him. Job has poured out his heart of pain and hurt and loss, and when you look at chapter 4, verse 8, Eliphaz, one of Job's friends, says this: "My experience shows that those who plant trouble and cultivate evil will harvest the same." And while it sounds really kind of like, oh, that makes sense, he's truly shaming Job right here. And he's saying, well, listen, I understand what you think is true, and I hear you kind of, but in my experience, everything that you think is completely wrong because my experience tells me something different. How frustrating is that? What would it look like if we were people who truly listened to each other, and instead of starting with my experience after listening, we started with, well, Scripture does talk about this, and we looked into what the Bible has to say, the teachings of Jesus and all of our Old Testament scriptures. What does the Bible say about our pain, about our hurt? And instead of implying what we've seen in our very limited experience in life of however many years that you have lived, there's nothing worse than someone saying, I know exactly what you've been through. Let me tell you about my experience. And it's nothing the same. Let's be people who, instead of saying, this is your own fault, look and say, what does Scripture have to say? And remind each other that we are loved, valued, and called into a relationship with Jesus. And no matter what we've done, His forgiveness is for us. Instead of saying, in my experience, you're getting what you deserve. What type of friend are you?